You were told there were no ships nearby. You were told the Titanic was alone in the dark. That's a lie. From the deck of the sinking ship, passengers could see a light on the horizon, only 5 to 10 miles away. It sat there, motionless, like a ghost. This was the SS Californian. And they watched 1,500 people scream for help and did absolutely nothing. Imagine being a sailor on that third ship. You see white rockets firing into the air from the Titanic. You tell your captain, Stanley Lord, he's tired. You stand on the deck, watching the most famous ship in the world tilt and disappear. And you think, maybe I'm just seeing things. But the ocean doesn't lie. The rockets were white. White means save us. They are company signals or party fireworks. By the time they turned their radio back on at 5 a.m., the ocean was flat. The Titanic was 2 miles down. When the crew realized what they had done, the silence on that ship was heavier than the water. They could have saved everyone, every single soul. Instead, they provided a front row seat to the end of the world. To this day, historians argue if the third light was really the Californian or something else entirely. But for those in the freezing water, that light was their only hope. And then ... it just turned away. Next time you see a light in the distance, pray it's not watching you drown. This is the true story of the ship that stayed silent.
Imagine being 400 miles from land. It's 12:15 a.m. You are Jack Phillips, the wireless operator. You just spent the whole day fixing the radio because it broke. You're exhausted. Then, the captain walks in. His face is white. After the captain speaks, you start tapping the keys. dit-dit-dit ... You're sending out a heartbeat into the dark, hoping someone, anyone, is listening.
Send a call for assistance.
The closest ship is the SS Californian. She's only 10 miles away. You can see her lights on the horizon, but their radio operator has gone to sleep. He turned his headset off 10 minutes ago. You keep tapping, your room is starting to tilt. The water is touching your feet now. You can hear the panic outside. But in here, there is only the sound of the sparks from the transmitter. You call the copper there. They're coming. But they are 4 hours away. You don't have 4 hours. The power is dying. The sparks are getting weaker. The floor is slick with seawater. After your partner speaks, you stay.
Leave, to save yourself.
You send one last message. It's not even a full word. Just a fragment of code that disappears into the Atlantic air. The ship groans, the lights turn a deep, sickly red, and then ... static. Total silence. Days later, ships in the area reported hearing ghost signals, phantom dots and dash on frequencies that should have been empty. Some say Jack Phillips never stopped tapping. This is the true story of the night the radio went silent.
You've seen the movies, you've seen the drawings, but you weren't there when the steel screamed. My name is Thomas, and I was a stoker in Boiler Room 6. When the iceberg hit, it wasn't a loud bang. It was a long, thin sound, like a giant finger dragging across a tin can. We thought we were safe behind the watertight doors. We were wrong. The water didn't just leak in, it exploded. It was black, oily, and so cold, it felt like needles hitting your skin. Up on deck, they were playing music. Down here, we were fighting for every breath. Imagine the lights flickering amber, then blue, then darkness while the floor beneath you tilts until you can't stand. You aren't just sinking. You're being buried alive in a steel coffin. The loudest sound wasn't the waves. It was the ship breaking in two. A sound like 1,000 freight trains crashing at once. Then the silence of the Atlantic. If you listen closely to the wreck today, 2 miles down in the dark, you can still hear the echoes of the men who never made it to the lifeboats. This is the true story of the Titanic's final hour.